What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, for this video, we're going to be jumping into Captain Marvel issue number 30. And if you haven't been keeping up with this issue, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you caught up on everything going on with Captain Marvel since the Empire event. Now, for those of you that have been following my channel for quite some time, you know that Captain Marvel, she is my favorite. And I absolutely have been loving the way that Kelly Thompson has been writing her. And right now, this is the finale to the story arc that we've currently been on. And what we've seen is in the middle of a mission, Captain Marvel, she was magically whisked away to an apocalyptic world in the year of 2052. And there, the child of Namor and Enchantress ruled over everything with an iron fist. And with Carol able to defeat both Ovi and the Enchantress. But not before Ovi is able to make his escape, making it to the past, to Carol's present. And so with Carol going back to her time, she's been working effortlessly to try to hunt down Ovi and to learn some magic. After being turned down by everybody in the community, she turns to the one person that she thinks can help her, that being Enchantress. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we jump into issue number 30, we are picking up somewhere in British Columbia. And as it stands, Captain Marvel, she is mad. She is mad because Enchantress left her at the bottom of the ocean, trapped in some kind of magical force field, only being able to escape because she was able to find a lava river underneath her, giving her an exit, giving her an escape. And so arriving at the home of Enchantress, she comes and she blasts down these doors. Now Enchantress tells her, like, you're being dramatic. You're being extremely dramatic. I wasn't trying to steal anything from you. I wasn't trying to hide from you or get away. And if I was, why would I come back to the same place that we just were? Telling Captain Marvel there was just no point in her hanging around waiting for Captain Marvel to get out, knowing that she would eventually be able to figure it out. And the Enchantress goes on to tell her, in complete honesty, she doesn't even want to be around the heart of the serpent, because essentially it is poison to magic users. Because the point of the heart of the serpent is for the individual to ingest it, and upon doing this, they gain a resistance to magic. They gain it indefinitely, so it becomes permanent. And if a magic user were to use this thing, they would lose all of their magic. And so Enchantress' plan was never to teach her magic. It was just to give her something against magic. Something that could be used to defend herself. Because at the end of the day, it's just impossible to teach her magic, regardless if they don't want to or it would just take too much time. Now this won't make her immune to magic, but it will make her highly resistant to it. The only thing is, she's going to have to ingest it. And to truly unlock its power, they have to do a spell. This spell brings the stone back to its true form. That true form being a liquid. And once it's turned into its liquid form, the individual can then ingest it, and they gain this unique trait permanently. Now, of course, Captain Marvel is hesitant. Right off the bat, like, why would I drink something from the Enchantress? But what other option does she have? She could go home empty-handed, or she can do this and drink the potion, because at the end of the day, her back is in a corner, and she feels like Doctor Strange is responsible for a lot of this. Because if Doctor Strange had simply taught her magic, she wouldn't have had to come to Enchantress to go to this extreme length. And so Captain Marvel tells her to go ahead and do this spell. And while she is working on the spell, Captain Marvel is thinking about all of these thoughts, thinking about Doctor Strange, thinking about how it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, because at the end of the day, she truly does believe she is doing what is best for the world. She is trying to save the world from Ovi, and she feels if she doesn't act, Ovi is going to do something. But while she's having all of these thoughts, Enchantress kind of seeps into her mind. She starts to read her thoughts and learns quickly that Ovi, the individual she's trying to take out, is none other than her son. And Enchantress, she flips out. Feeling betrayed, feeling lied to, she attacks Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel falls down to the ground unconscious. And with the Captain unconscious, Enchantress takes the opportunity, now knowing that she has a son somewhere out there in the world, she tries to track him down. Using her magic, she is able to do so. And that's what picks us up sometime later, with Ovi showing up at the front door of Enchantress. And while these two are doing their introductions, as they are greeting one another, Captain Marvel starts to wake up. And waking up, she knows that the first thing she has to do is get Enchantress as far away as she possibly can. Because Enchantress is the real heavy hitter here. And if she doesn't separate them, she has absolutely no chance of being able to get out of this. And so Captain Marvel, using pretty much half the energy she has, she sends a energy blast hitting Enchantress and sending her flying. Sending her flying halfway across British Columbia. Ovi freaks out because Captain Marvel can do a lot of things, but his mother is off limits. And he plans on teaching Captain Marvel that lesson right here, right now. And Ovi starts laying into her. And as this fight is going on, Captain Marvel, she sees the vial that Enchantress had finished. She finished the spell and it's in its liquid form. So the resistance to magic is sitting right there. And if she can get to it, she'll be able to take down Ovi. Because one thing she can handle, even though Ovi is super freaking strong, she can't fight against the magic. And so right now, with half her power being gone, she's taking all of Ovi's blows, making it seem like he's winning, so he doesn't feel like he needs to use his magic. But as she is getting punched, she's absorbing all of this, getting ready to dish it back at him. And he sends Captain Marvel flying into a mountainside. And right now, she is struggling. She's struggling to maintain consciousness. And not only that, she is torn, because killing Ovi means killing the future that could happen. It means killing all of the individuals that she spent so much time with. That means killing War Machine's daughter. And while she is having these thoughts, this is where we see the arrival of War Machine, showing up saying that Doctor Strange sent him, saying that she might need some help. And she runs into War Machine's arms, apologizing profusely for everything that she has done, from breaking up with him to more or less killing his daughter, not understanding how she can be forgiven. But War Machine tells her, that the future is never set in stone. We don't even know if that future actually happens. Because of the truth of the matter, we don't know the future. Even when we have set foot there ourselves, we can't be 100% sure that that future is actually going to take place. And what we're seeing here is War Machine really just understanding Carol. Because of the relationship, because of how much he actually cares about her, he's able to give her a pep talk and let her know that more or less everything's going to be okay, that she can find another way. If anybody can, it's her, because she is the strongest individual that he has ever met. And he doesn't mean that in pure brute strength, but mentally strong, emotionally strong. And we see the two of them kiss, and it's really awesome to see these two kind of reunited. Even though she did go off and have a one-night stand with Doctor Strange, I think it's super awesome of War Machine to look past everything. He may not know that detail yet, but at the end of the day, he truly does care about her. And with him giving her the pep talk that she truly needs, Carol gets an idea, and right now she needs some juice. So War Machine, he hits her with everything he has. And Captain Marvel, she flies off to go face off with Ovi. But as she is flying in his direction, she detours, headed back into the Enchantress's house. This obviously makes Ovi extremely curious, and he goes following in after her, wondering maybe if she has some kind of secret weapon. But this is when he realizes that she is trying to get to that vial, and when it's almost within her grasp, he stops her. Using magic, she stops dead in her tracks. And Ovi comes up from behind and takes this vial. Now looking at this vial, he has no idea what is in it. He just thinks that it's going to make her stronger, that it's going to make him gain some kind of feat that Carol was hoping to gain. But little does he know that this will take all of his magic away. And we see him gulp it down, Enchantress breaking down the door, but it's already too late. And this magic is starting to take its hold. It is taking all of the magic away from Ovi. And Enchantress, she sits there and she holds her son. As Captain Marvel and War Machine are about to make their exit, Enchantress swears that she is going to pay for this. that she is going to pay for everything that she has done. It may not be this day, but she will pay. But that's what's going to take us to the Sanctum Sanctuary. And Captain Marvel, she's come to talk to Doctor Strange, more or less really thank him for being a good friend, for calling War Machine in when she really needed him. But Doctor Strange, he has a very unique attitude towards her. And I'm not sure how I feel about this, but we're gonna dive into it. And he lets her know that yeah, he is her friend, and he did everything that he could to help her. But at the end of the day, she refused to listen. And now she has made herself two very bitter enemies, both of Enchantress and Ovi. And not only that, but as it stands, she has no idea if this is going to change the events of the future. And not only that, but she has committed what he calls a sin against the magical community. And because of that, there is going to be ramifications, telling her that she stole a magician's ability to use magic. And this throws Carol off a little bit, because she's confused. She's like, you know, tricking him to drink that potion, that's a sin. But if I would have killed him, you guys would have been completely cool with it. And Doctor Strange counters with many in the magical community believing that having their magic taken away is far worse than death. And it appears that Doctor Strange is part of those individuals. And that will be where this issue ends. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think this brings some good closure to this storyline. It has some potential to pick up later on, because we don't know if this actually solved the problem. We don't know if Ovi is going to be stopped or not. But we do know that at least temporarily, that future is not going to come to fruition. Now, when it comes to War Machine and Captain Marvel getting back together, I kind of feel bad for War Machine, because she kind of dumped him, went out, had a one-night stand, and then came back crying after she's getting her butt whooped. And I give props to War Machine. I give him props for taking her in, arms wide open, completely forgiving. That's an unconditional love that you just don't find. And then the conversation with Doctor Strange. I'm gonna say Doctor Strange was being a straight up putz. The way he treated her just because she depowered a guy who was planning on taking over the freaking world. Like, you would think Doctor Strange could understand this, but instead, he almost shuns her, treats her like she committed the worst crime ever imaginable, when I'm sure Doctor Strange himself would do something of the same nature if he felt he had no other option. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I am extremely looking forward to what is coming next for Captain Marvel. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next video,